Good afternoon, I'm Belinda De Lasheras with Hunter News. State Labor is promising to invest $40 million towards the construction of a new high school in Midday within its first term if the party wins office at the March election. The school would cater for about 1,000 students, many who are currently forced to travel long distances to various schools across the region, including Newcastle and Nelson Bay. Opposition leader Luke Foley says population growth in the area over recent years justifies the need for a high school.
The 4 primary schools in this area, between them, now host 1,555 students. There's been a 12% growth in primary school enrolments around here in the last 5 years. I believe the case has been proved beyond doubt that Midday needs a high school.
But Port Stephens MP Craig Bowman says there's not enough demand to build the school in the short term.
The simple facts of the matter are, and these were brought out in an inquiry carried out by the former Labor government, the population figures do not stack up for a high school in Midday at present. Students in Midday feed Irrawang and Hunter River High. If there was a high school in Midday, the question would be which one do you want to close and how would you like to bus 600 kids into Midday?
Newcastle could be about to see the back of mine subsidence in the CBD, with the state government investing $17 million into grouting the gaps. It'll involve pouring in slurry to fill the old mine workings, hampering creation of new office space in the city, the money being used to help developers cover unexpected costs. Regional Director of the Australian Property Council, Andrew Fletcher, says it's a plus for jobs and the CBD.
We expect we'll see hundreds of new jobs created because it means that investors will have the certainty around the costs involved with projects. Supply is incredibly tight in the CBD. The vacancy rates have crashed to all-time lows, and so demand is really outstripping supply, and it's important that we get some more commercial buildings out of the ground soon to take advantage of that current economic climate.
Australia's leading contamination and remediation research organisation will soon begin operating out of Newcastle University. It's hoped the Cooperative Research Centre for Contamination Assessment and Environmental Remediation will help bring cutting-edge clean-up science to a wider range of Hunter industries. Managing Director Ravi Naidu says Newcastle's been chosen for a number of reasons.
University of Newcastle has been chosen as the university where CRC Care would be headquartered for a couple of reasons. One, the university is one of the top 10 universities in Australia and has leading scientists and also engineers. And second, New South Wales has many potentially contaminated sites.
Dudley residents are continuing to voice their anger at Optus following the company's recent failure to notify customers about a planned phone outage in the area. The Dudley Tower had been switched off between February 25 and March 1 as improved 4G coverage was rolled out across the suburb, forcing residents to go 5 days without reception. Electrical contractor Ross Partridge says the hiccups created a burden for local business.
Basically, it left me without a phone signal at home, which was hard to run a business. I had to go for a drive and check my messages every now and again. Their response was they've sent me a text saying that someone will be in touch with me by the 17th of March.
Now with sport, Reece Wicks.
The Newcastle Jets are hoping to inch closer to 8th spot on the ladder with a win against Sydney this Friday night. Ben Kantarowski and Andrew Houle will return from suspension, the boys looking to ramp up their defensive efforts as they push for win number 2. Kantarowski says they need to take advantage of a depleted Sydney.
They've also got a few suspensions and injuries, especially in their back line, so they're going to be a bit depleted. They are a little bit weaker. We can look to exploit those areas.
The Knights will be gunning for the win in Saturday's season opener against the Warriors as they look to mark the 150th game of winger James McManus in style. Skipper Kurt Gidley will front the 18-man side with Dane Gagai and Joey Leilua at centre, while Jack Stockwell also celebrates a milestone, making his club debut on an extended bench. And Newcastle trainer Darren Smith will be forced to wait until March 20 to learn his fate after New South Wales racing stewards found him guilty on 42 cobalt charges. That's sport. I'm Reece Wicks.
2 in your RFM News Time is 12:10.